Good afternoon. I'm Steve Kovalevsky. I have the pleasure of being the Master of Ceremonies for Alex's Court of Honor today, and more importantly, the honor of being his dad. We're here today to honor Alex for achieving Scouting's highest rank, Eagle Scout. This is indeed a special day in the life of Alex and Troop 500. I'd like to recognize Troop 500 Scoutmaster Dan Gorski, new District Advancement Chair and Scout Jim Crawford, all the adult leaders and all the other Scouts for their work and support in helping Alex to become an Eagle Scout. If we have any Eagle Scouts with us, would you please stand for a moment to be recognized? I'd like to commend and congratulate Alex for sticking with this purpose until his goal has been realized. The rank of Eagle Scout is earned only by those who work hard, exhibit virtue, and have ignited the passion of the scouting spirit in their soul. Now, please rise for the invocation presented by Spencer Thompson, and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please bow your heads in prayer. Let's guide us forever. Thank you, Lord, for this wonderful weather and everyone here getting safely. Thank you for Alex and his scouting adventure. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen. Jameson, you may present the colors.
Scouts, attention. Color guard, attention. Post the colors. Forward march. Paul, cross the colors. Scout, salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Scouts, dismiss color first.
Scouts, keep my hips.
I declare this Court of Honor duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting Alex with his Eagle Scout Award. This candle represents the spirit of scouting, a spirit which burns brightly in the heart of every scout. Let us renew our spirit by reminding ourselves of the meaning of the Scout Law. I now ask Ben Sams and Owen Williams to remind us of the 12 points of the Scout Law.
A scout is trustworthy. A scout's honor is to be trusted. He does not lie or cheat, and when trusted on his honor, does not fail to complete the task given him. A scout is loyal. He is loyal to all whom loyalty is due. His leaders, his home, his parents, and his country. A scout is helpful. He must be prepared at any time to save lives, help injured persons, and share the home duties. He must do at least one good turn to somebody every day. A scout is friendly. He is friendly to all and a brother to every other scout. A scout is courteous. He is polite to all, especially women, children, his elders, the weak, and helpless. He must not take pay for doing what is right. A scout is kind. He is a friend to animals. He will not kill or hurt any living creatures needlessly, but will strive to save and protect all harmless life.
A scout is obedient. He obeys his parents, his leaders, and all other duly constituted authorities. A scout is cheerful. He smiles whenever he can. His obedience to orders is prompt and cheery. He never shirks or grumbles at hardships. A scout is thrifty. He does not wantonly destroy property. He works faithfully, wastes nothing, and makes the best of his use of his opportunities. He saves money so that he may pay his own way. Be generous to those in need and helpful to those worthy causes. A scout is brave. A scout can be faced with danger even if he is afraid. He has courage to stand for what he thinks, even if others laugh at him or threaten him. The scout is clean. He keeps clean in his body and thoughts, stands for clean speech, clean sport, clean habits, and travels with clean crowd. A scout is reverent. A scout is reverent toward God. He is faithful with his religious duties. He respects the convictions of others in matters of custom and religion.
Thank you, Owen and Ben. To achieve the rank of Eagle alone is a great accomplishment, but now that you are here, there are also important obligations. Would Eagle Advisor and Troop Committee Member Jim Crawford please step up and deliver the voice of the Eagle?
This is the voice of the eagle whose heights you struggle to reach. Remember when you first came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up with ambition and determination? Look back for a moment. Look back over the cliff you have climbed. Look back at the experiences you have gained on your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten, and you should profit by making sure that the adverse ones do not occur again. Experience is a valuable teacher if you heed its teachings. Remember when you first took your first step upon the trail that leads upward? With your first step, you began living the Scout Oath and Law. While you were on the trail, you studied and then you learned by doing. First, you were only a candidate, building yourself physically, mentally, and morally. Then your brother Scouts called you a tenderfoot, and they were right. You were, indeed, a tenderfoot. But not so long, for soon you reached the first ledge where you were greeted by a group of second-class Scouts. Some, like yourself, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the Eagle Trail. You began to study more. You worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where first-class Scouts dwell. There you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal-clear stream bathed by the sun. Here you were tempted to remain. Yes, you could have remained there to live in first-class glory, but your ambition stirred you on. Remember your progress to Star Scout. You found the trail from first class had been an optical illusion, not as difficult as it seemed. This spurred you on, and again you climbed higher. Now the trail was steeper. It was less worn. Fewer Scouts seemed to be heading in your direction. You looked back and saw the crowds before you. You looked up and you saw the few above you. With the same determination with you, which you started your climb, you continued on the trail. So it was the badge of Life Scout, the heart badge, that was placed on your uniform. You will never forget the thoughts in your heart. It has been an experience by most Scouts on reaching the ledge of life. Now I'm close to Eagle. I will carry on. The trail became tougher, but more interesting. The original simple principles, the Scout Oath and Law, and now had a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was greater. Yes, you have watched your character unfold and your leadership ability expand into a valuable asset. You have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. You have watched all of these things in you. Now that you are at the threshold of your goal, we welcome you.
Thank you for presenting the voice of the Eagle, Mr. Crawford. Now, I pass this on to Chase Thompson to deliver the Eagle charge.
Alex, I have the honor of giving you the Eagle Charge on the occasion of your elevation
to the highest rank in scouting. The Boy Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most meaningful and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to your country, to your fellow Scouts, and to all mankind. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your other Scouts. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend for the most part on the quality of its citizens. Our country has had a great past. You can help make the future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow man. So live and serve that those who know you will be inspired to finer living. I challenge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on the solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. And whatever others do, you will leave behind your record, of which every other Scout may be justly proud. Your conduct along the trail has been excellent, but one more thing is important: your future. As an Eagle Scout, you may become a guide to other Scouts. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now a little more conspicuous, and people will expect more out of you. To falter in your responsibility would reflect not only on you, but on all your fellow Eagles and all of Scouting.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Chase. I would like to now invite Scoutmaster Mr. Dan Gorski to present Alex with his Eagle badge. I know.
Good afternoon, everyone. Alex, I'm going to ask you to stand up for me. Part of the tradition we have, for those of you who don't know, Troop 500, as I've been Scoutmaster for way too many years at this point, when a Scout crosses over from Cub Scouts, they're all presented with our troop neckerchiefs that you see all of our gentlemen wearing them here. And I've always had the privilege of presenting that new Boy Scout with our troop neckerchief. And I've gotten to see them grow through the trail, as you've just heard. But I also have the privilege now of removing that neckerchief because this part of your journey is over. So Alex, if you can come to the front, please. At this point, I'm going to ask your mom and dad to come forward. Alex, your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. I'd like your mom to pin the Eagle Medal on your uniform. Alex, in recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with the Eagle Mother's Medal. your dad has been the source of much advice along the Eagle Trail. So at this point, I will ask him to present the Eagle neckerchief to you. Lastly, Alex, in return, please prevent your dad with his father's Eagle of Health. And Alex, I know it's not the script, but I think there's something else that you need to do.
My judgment, would you please join us?
He's being presented with his grandparent pin. Yes. You stay there. Alex will now take the Eagle Scout pledge. As the candidate takes this pledge for the first time, will any Eagle Scouts who are present in the audience please stand and reaffirm this pledge. Scout sign. And repeat after me. On my honor, I will do my best.
On my honor, I will do my best
To do my duty to God.
to do my duty to God.
On my honor, I will do my best.
On my honor, I will do my best
To do my duty to my country.
to do my duty to my country.
I reaffirm my allegiance
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of the rank of Eagle Scout.
of the rank of Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example,
and make my rank and influence strongly count.
make
My rank and influence strongly count for better scouting
for better scouting
and for better citizenship.
and for better citizenship
In my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contact with other people,
and in my contact with other people,
regardless of race, color, or creed.
regardless of race, color, or creed.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
This I pledge my sacred honor.
2. Eagles, you may be seated. Alex, I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals of honor and service. By repeating the Eagle Scout pledge before your fellow members, you have become an Eagle Scout. Though the words you used just now are similar to those by which you joined Scouting, today they mean more than they ever could have meant at that time, or at any time in the past. When you pledged yourself on your sacred honor, using the same words which are found at the end of the Declaration of Independence, you sealed your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken remain true in your heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Scouts and Scouters, I present to you Eagle Scout Andy Kogaleski. I knew I should have changed this. The two of you, back to back. Alex Kogaleski. Troop 500s, and I got this number right, our 109th Eagle Scout.
Thank you, Mr. Gorski. Congratulations, Alex. It has been a long but worthwhile journey. I'd like to invite Mr. Crawford up to present letters of commendations and any other comments.
Today, I not only represent Troop 500, but represent Neuse River District as the advanced chairperson. It's my pleasure to be a part of Alex's Court of Honor to see another Troop 500 member join the Brotherhood of fellow Eagle Scouts. In 2019, Troop 500 awarded 3 Eagles, and to date we have 3 more Eagles, which brings our total to 109. We have many more Life Scouts out there sitting in our audience today, working towards that final number to get to that final pledge up to the top. While we now have 109, Occoneechee Council had 483 last year, well above the national average. Exactly 61,353 young men earned the Eagle Scout Award last year, beating the previous record of 58,659 set in 2012, which was the 100th anniversary of the award being presented. Consider this number because it would fill the capacity of Soldiers Field where the Chicago Bears play football. This number of 60-some thousand would overcapacitate many of our National Baseball League stadiums today. It's worth noting that this is the last year we will be able to type young men when referring to the newest Eagle Scout class. Starting in 2020, young women can obtain an Eagle Board of Review from October 1 of this year through February 2021 and be part of the first Eagle class of young women. 2019, we estimate that over 8.5 million hours were accumulated by scouts and leaders for their Eagle projects. About 140 hours for each Eagle project, and it is estimated the net worth is in excess of $218 million to our communities. What does it take to earn the rank of Eagle? To obtain this high honor, a scout must earn the required merit badges, 13 required ones, and at least 18 elected merit badges. Alex earned 25 merit badges. You need one more so you can get the com. Show leadership within your troop, being an assistant senior patrol leader and senior patrol leader since becoming a Life Scout. Lead an Eagle project, the development of a patio at the United Methodist Church in Wake Forest where our troop meets. Have a Scoutmaster conference, obtain letters of recommendation from his parents, religious leaders, school, and 2 other people that know you well. These letters of recommendation are only seen by the Eagle Board and myself. It always amazes me, though, when I read these letters of recommendation that they point out the level of leadership, communication, devotion to God, and scholastic honor, and how an Eagle remembers to live by the 12 points of the Scout Law. Alex is no different, as his record in leadership, honor, respect, communication, and a belief in a higher being. Alex, you showed great leadership in developing and executing your Eagle project. We're going to be placing the pedestal showing your Eagle leadership plaque and the description of your Eagle project. I brought it so that people can see. What I used to do was give the scout the 2 plaques, and they never showed up a lot of times on Eagle projects. I've changed my philosophy. I now put it on a pedestal or a post, and they get placed either before or at the time of the Scouts Eagle Court of Honor. Many of our future leaders will come from Scouting, and it's interesting to note that there is a strong connection between our Eagle Scouts, their parents, and a belief in a higher being. As chairman of the Eagle Boards, I have the wonderful pleasure of reading all the letters of recommendation that each Scout in our district requests. Many mention the strong tie an individual has with his parents and a higher being, and is clearly evident with Alex. When Robert Baden-Powell, the founder of Scouting, stepped off the ship in New York Harbor in January 1912, he must have been pleased by what he saw. Baden-Powell, for those who don't know, was a British war hero and author of a series of pamphlets entitled Scouting for Boys. 5 years earlier, in the summer of 1907, he gathered 22 boys from every class of British society for a 9-day campout at Brownsea Island off the southern English coast. His aim was to see if his concept of Boy Scouting would actually work. And lo and behold, it did. The Scouting movement spread throughout England and soon across the Atlantic, where it flourished. As Baden-Powell noticed as he walked down the gangplank on which 40 uniformed Boy Scouts stood at attention in 2 columns, one on either side, Baden-Powell stopped to greet each boy, asking his name and rank. But Baden-Powell's face lit up, according to one account, when he stopped at the last boy in line and noticed the youngster's large gold-colored first-class pin and the many badges on his sleeve. Baden-Powell grabbed the boy's hand and asked about his merit badges. The boy, a modest fellow who rarely spoke about his accomplishments, turned red with embarrassment as the founder of Boy Scout movement continued to address him, while the official adult welcoming committee could only stand and wait. Whatever Baden-Powell said must have inspired this tall 16-year-old, because 7 months later, that young man became our nation's first Eagle Scout. Arthur Rose Eldred was born in New York in 1895. His father soon died, and Arthur was raised by his mother in Oceanside on Long Island. Arthur's scoutmaster was actually his brother, Hubert, who started Boy Scout Troop 1 in November 1910. The meetings were held in the family barn. Each boy earned the money for his uniform, which made Troop 1 one of the first to be completely uniformed, something we, as Troop 500, continue to recognize that is of a complete uniform, which is why they were among those chosen for the honor guard that greeted Baden-Powell. Like today's Eagle Scout, Arthur earned 21 merit badges: civics, cooking, cycling, electricity, firemanship, first aid to animals, gardening, handicraft, horsemanship, interpreting of French, life-saving, painting, pathfinder, personal help, poultry farming, public health, swimming, chemistry, dairy business, and plumbing. Think about it, Scouts. You're told that Scouting has taught the same values for 100 years, and as you can see, Scouts have earned many of the same badges for over 100 years. Good things never go out of style. Remember that. In that same month, Arthur earned his Eagle. He rescued a Scout from drowning and was awarded the USA Honor Medal. Arthur graduated from Cornell, where he ran track, cross country, and served aboard the U.S. Navy submarine chaser in World War I. As a county agent in the 1920s, he was credited with establishing the Atlantic City municipal market for farm products. Once an Eagle, always an Eagle. That tradition started with the first Eagle. Arthur volunteered in the Scouting movement long after he was a Scout. He was a board of review examiner and chairman of his son's troop committee. He was elected to his county's council, the local and regional school boards. He promoted produce transportation for the Reading Railroad and later became manager of the motor carrier committee of the Eastern Railroad Association, a position he held until his death. More than 2.5 million Scouts have followed Arthur Eldred and earned their Eagle. A recent Wall Street Journal column expressed it beautifully. What they have in common is that they chose a life of achievement and assumed leadership roles at a very early age. If you sum up the hours devoted to all the Eagle Scouts over the years, It has become the single greatest youth service initiative in history. If you sum up the individual lifetime accomplishments of these 2.5 million men who set the example and distinguished themselves, it explains why the United States will remain the greatest nation on earth for the next 100 years. Here's something else they had in common. At age 10 or 11, they were handed a verse to memorize, which they did, and learned it and lived it, and here's the verse. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Goodness begets greatness, and that never goes out of style. One of the requirements of each Eagles candidate is to write what we call a life purpose statement. Something about what scouting has done for you, for them, and what they hope to do in the future. For Alex, he wants to be at peace with himself and know that he will have an impact and live a life he can be proud of. Alex, you, like many of us who remain in scouting, remember what Baden Powell said in his final letter to the world. One of the key points is helping others, and that is how you find happiness. Baden Powell said, but the real way to get happiness is by giving our happiness to other people. This ceremony is not only to honor the accomplishments of Alex Kowaleski, our 109th Eagle Scout, but also to give each of you Scouts a chance to learn from what the example Arthur Elrod and Alex have said for you. Alex, let me be the first to say you have some big shoes to follow. And judging from what I know about you, there is no doubt you will. Congratulations. With the honor of obtaining the rank of Eagle comes many letters and commendations that I've received and will be forthcoming, including a note from the President, which we actually have, and a Vice President of the United States, your U.S. Senators, your U.S. House of Representatives in the 13th District, Governor of North Carolina, Mayor of Wake Forest, and many other distinguished scouting friends. I surely don't have the time to read all of these letters, but would like to take the time to read a few. The first I'd like to is the letter from Richard Burr and the flag from his office. We have a tradition. When I came here 25 years ago, and I'm not going to get into it, but I've always asked that our senators send our Eagle Scout a flag flown over the Capitol, and each time we have a court of honor, they have graciously sent us one. The problem now is, fortunately, I have one, but with COVID-19, it's caused us some extenuating circumstances in getting them on time. But I'm going to read you the letter from Richard Burr. Congratulations on achieving the rank of Eagle. You should be very proud of this accomplishment. You are to be commended for your dedication to attaining the highest honor given to a Boy Scout. I know that the hard work and effort you put into leading the construction of a patio for the Wake Forest United Methodist Church will prove valuable to the community for years to come. The skills you have learned through scouting have prepared you for many challenges and life experiences. I encourage you to continue leading by example and being a positive role model for others. Again, congratulations on this honor and best wishes for the future. Sincerely, Richard Burr, United States Senator. With the flag and the certificate comes a certificate of special recognition that is given only to Eagle Scouts. So that is yours. The mayor of Wake Forest, unfortunately, could not be here, but she has a very strong interest in our scouts and in our scouting program. Vivian Jones says, Dear Alex, congratulations on achieving the high honor of Eagle Scout. You have joined an elite group of young men. This achievement will be an asset to you throughout your life because it shows your integrity, ability, and dedication. I understand that your Eagle project was leading the construction of a patio at Wake Forest United Methodist Church. I am sure the members of the church will enjoy having this facility for a long time. It will help them by having a place to fellowship outside, perhaps over food, which is always a good way to share with others. My best wishes as you complete high school and continue your education either in school or in life. You have a great foundation with your scout experience, and I'm sure you will build on that and accomplish many good things. Please call me, or if I can ever be of service to you, warmest regards, Vivian Jones. I'm going to read the letter from George Holding. Got too many things. Let me take this opportunity to extend my congratulations on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. You have achieved a high honor in one of the most respected public service institutions in our nation. I am sure that your family and friends join me in having greatest respect for your accomplishment. Only a small percentage of young men join the Boy Scouts of America, and only a fraction of those achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. I know the qualities that exemplify Eagle Scouts: loyalty, honesty, and integrity, among others, will be useful tools for you for the rest of your life. I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors and congratulate you again on your wonderful accomplishment. Please accept the enclosed certificate as a memento of your exceptional achievement. And we appreciate all that you and your fellow scouts are doing for your community. And there's a certificate of special recognition presented to Alex Colwell in recognition of your achievement in achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. I'm going to leave you with numerous letters. We all know that the path of a boy from Scout to Eagle is long and oftentimes hard. He does not travel the trail to Eagle alone. Many people have been involved with him. There is one person in particular that is honored in addition to the Eagle Scout. That person is his mother. So I'm going to ask Michelle to come forward and stand next to your son. Throughout scouting history, the rose has been associated with the presentation of the eagle, and it continues to be a part of Troop 500's Eagle ceremony. The path of a boy from Scout to Eagle is long and oftentimes hard. He does not travel the trail to Eagle alone. Many people have been involved with him in this process. There is one person in particular that is honored in addition to the Eagle Scout. That person is his mother. From that first overnight camp out to the pinning on of his eagle, she has shared the adventures of scouting with her son in a special way. With her guidance and encouragement, she has helped her son achieve a goal many fail to reach. She has watched her son mature from a young boy to a young man. Purpose in his life. She has been there to share his excitement of camping and hiking with his brother scouts. She has watched loads and loads of dirty clothes brought home from camping trips. Most important of all, she has been there for her son when the going got rough and spirits low, as only a mother can. Her love has been an important ingredient in her son's achievement. We honor her today with a presentation of 7 red roses, each a rose a symbol of rank in the 7 ranks of scouting. So today, we honor Alex Kowaleski as our 109th Eagle Scout of Troop 500.
I would like to welcome Assistant Scoutmaster Mr. Gary Stephenson to deliver the Legend of Eagle Mountain.
Okay, I'll try to speak up so everybody can hear me. So, I got an email from Alex to request to do this. The first thing I did was I checked the address bar to make sure that he wasn't just including me as too deep. It wasn't to my son Christopher, who's an Eagle and SPL. And I replied to Alex, "Was this meant to me?" He goes, "Well, yes, sir. You're one of the few adults that or one of the many adults, I should say, that I can come to and speak clearly to and speak my mind. And Alex, you're definitely one of the youth that I can come to and don't have to worry about walking on eggshells, worried about you're going to take something I said the wrong way. You'd say, yes, sir, and you would go do it. I appreciate that. You've always been one of the great listeners. And I appreciate you as SPL to set those bars real high for my two boys as a father, so thank you. Early one morning, a young boy stood at a trailhead. Before him rose a mighty mountain, which seemed all the mightier when compared to his smallness. A trail led to the mountains and then up into incredible heights before vanishing into the clouds. Upon this trail, the boy could see other boys and young men, some of whom had turned and beckoned him to follow. The boy began to climb, refusing perhaps to believe that he could ever reach the top. At first, the trail rose gently, and the boy had many companions. But soon he began to sweat and breathe heavily, as many of his companions turned away. And still the boy climbed. At times he climbed quickly, at times he climbed slowly. At times he had to go down a little to find another path or stop a while to catch his breath, but he still climbed. The trail became steeper and the air became thinner, but the climber scarcely noticed that he had along the way become stronger of the body and hardier of the spirit, and still he climbed. And finally, in the cool peace of an evening time, he stood alone at the top of the world and looked around him. To the left, he saw a fiery golden sunset. To the right, he saw a diamond-studded, silky black night sky. Behind him, he saw the trail that he had followed and the hikers who were following him in his footsteps. And in front, he saw another mountain, and another, and another, and a whole procession of mountains marching off on the horizon. But the young man, for now he was a man, knew that none of these other mountains were unsurmountable, and they could all be climbed, and would be. For he learned many skills in climbing the first mountain. He would carry those skills with him long after this mountain is forgotten. And besides, he could begin climbing his next mountain tomorrow. Today he would rest and celebrate and ponder the journey that he had completed. And so today we pause and rest and celebrate and honor this fine young man, Eagle Scout Alex Kowaleski, as he stands at the top of the world and looks around him. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Stephenson. As you embark on any journey, remember, you're a young boy at trailhead. Alex would like to come up and say some special remarks.
I would like to begin by thanking all of you. As some of you may know, I'm not the best at writing things, especially when it comes to what I'm trying to think. So forgive me if I stray off or misspeak. When I was writing my life purpose statement, I went through about 10 different copies, rewriting the intro, making sure everything was perfect, getting so frustrated what I was trying to say, just expressing myself. But at the end of it, I realized I needed to stop trying to make a paper that would be impressive to people. I needed to be open, and that's what I aim to do here. I do not want you to feel as though what I say here is just for celebration, but instead is my one opportunity to express my gratitude in the most honest way I can. These last 5 years have been a journey. They've had their ups and downs, and some of my happiest times along with some of my worst. And I could speak on the specific impact each of you has had on me. But I'll try to stick to a few sentences for time's sake. Mr. Worski, I could not have asked for a better scoutmaster. You have challenged me to be a better leader while reminding me of my duties as a scout. Mr. Crawford, over these past few months, you have aided me in this whole process, and without you, I would probably still be trying to figure out the paperwork. To all the other assistant scoutmasters, thank you. Whether it be through rank advancement or just being there as a friend, I know I can rely on you. And through all of you, I have learned the meaning of service to others. To my fellow scouts, if the last 5 years were not filled with the camaraderie and friendship we had built, then I would not have lasted this long. Remember to always be the guiding light to the scouts who follow in your footsteps. To my friends, you have seen me at my best, and you have seen me at the most stressed points in my life. But I know at the end of it all, I can rely on you to listen to me ramble, or just make me laugh. To my family, the encouragement you have supplied me with is unimaginable, and this is just another stepping stone in the journey of life, where I hope to continue to make you all proud. To my father, you have shown me that life is only what you make of it, and if you work hard, you can succeed. You have taught me the value of proper planning, but you've also shown me that sometimes the greatest memories are the ones you do not intend to make. No matter how many last-minute plans I make or things I wait until the due date to do, you always support me. To my mother, you have shown me undying love and support when I needed it most. You have taught me how to care, but to also be firm and stand up for myself. Although we butt heads, and sometimes I'm wrong, I know that you still love me. And I want you to know that none of this would be possible without your support. To anyone else I failed to mention, I apologize for my forgetfulness. But know that your contribution has helped me get where I stand today. Now, if all of you would open your programs really quick. If you would look at the bottom right of the program, you'll see a quote. The most worthwhile thing is to try and put happiness into the lives of others, said by Lord Baden-Powell. This may feel like a very cliche quote to put at the end of this type of celebration, but I don't find anything more fitting. That's what I've taken most from this journey, is that the most worthwhile thing I've ever done is doing service to others. I thank you all for the happiness you've put into my life.
Thank you for the kind words, Alex. Okay, I would like to welcome back Spencer Thompson for the benediction. Please remain standing for the retiring of the colors.
God is reverend. Please bow your heads in prayer. Thank you, Lord, for having us all gathered here safely as we honor and celebrate Alex Kovalevsky earning Eagle Scout. Please be with them as he continues to exemplify the Eagle Scout ideals throughout his scouting journey and the rest of his life. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen. Amen. Jameson, please retire the colors.
Scouts, attention. Color guard, attention. Truth to colors. Scouts, salute. Two. Scouts dismissed, color guard.
This Eagle Scout Court of Honor is now concluded. I would like to thank each of you for being here today to honor Alex.